In today's video, I'm going to show you how to counter Royal Ghost and what deck to use. But before we begin, I'd just like to ask you guys to please consider liking and subscribing, because only 6% of you guys watching are actually subscribed, and I do post daily Clash Mini content, and I'm going to be doing some giveaways in the future. Okay, so as you know, Royal Ghost has got a big buff, and especially with the Ranger synergy, he is really broken. So I made a deck to specifically counter these two decks, the Skeleton King deck and this Archer Queen deck, and here is that deck. I'm just going to explain real quick what the role of each of the units is in this deck. The most important and useful mini in this deck is of course the Apprentice Monk. I do not know any substitutions for it. If you guys can tell me in the comments what substitutions you guys would use, but I am completely flawed. I don't have any substitutions. The Dart Goblin is in the deck to give that healing ranger the ranger synergy, which allows it to attack a little faster and get its healing even faster. The Golden Giant and Healer are all for more healing. The main point is to keep your Shield Maiden alive as long as possible so that her taunt pulls the Royal Ghost far away from all of your other units. This isn't the best deck ever. I'm waiting for more things to come out and better things to counter Royal Ghost with, but this is going to be your best option right now to counter Royal Ghost. So let's get into the gameplay. Okay, so I'll begin to our first game. This is going to be a replay. It's against a guy named OJ. I don't know if it's the real orange juice. So the main strategy, this deck is just a little all over the place, but it was just made for the main purpose of countering the Royal Ghost. He's just so annoying right now. I am using the Apprentice Monk. If you don't have the Apprentice Monk, I don't really know any alternatives that you can do. So the main purpose of this deck is just to tank the Royal Ghost and reflect all of its damage and see how it goes from there. I'm just doing this because I absolutely hate the Royal Ghost and I just need a counter. I just needed to make a counter. Hopefully they do emergency nerf the Royal Ghost. But I absolutely doubt it at the moment. They're probably going to let it live for about another 3 weeks maybe before they nerf it, or they could surprise us and actually do an emergency nerf. So I'm just going to pause here. The main part of the strategy is to get that 50% healing for the shield and the team. For the healing for the team and for the other Saint units. And also I think this ranger ability, I don't think I placed the Dart Goblin this round, but the Dart Goblin is only there to get the little extra ranger synergy, which allows the battle healer to, the healing ranger to attack a little bit quicker, which allows her to get more healing off. Okay, so here he goes with the Royal Ghost. This is absolutely annoying. I'm gonna be honest, I played this deck as well. I'm not even gonna lie, because this deck is really strong, so it would be dumb not to play it. I know a lot of people don't like abusing the meta, but I'm trying my best to find a counter to the current meta and destroy Royal Ghost especially. So yeah, I go for the Apprentice Monk. The Apprentice Monk silences the enemy's ability for 3 seconds. This means that the Ghost's ability would be basically useless. The Clash ability would be practically useless. It is pretty annoying because he is getting down all his Ranger units, so he gets that extra attack speed, which allows the Ghost just to stay permanently invisible, but this does really good. Yeah, I think the biggest mistake I made this round was not placing down my Dart Goblin, because that little bit extra attack speed would have helped my healing ranger a lot. Okay, so I can't really remember what I did here. I upgraded the 30% healing, I upgraded the wider healing radius, and with the last 3 elixir, yeah, I placed the Dart Goblin. Okay, I thought I didn't place the Dart Goblin. I think I misremembered. So the Dart Goblin just plays down to get that extra attack speed, which makes the healing go a little bit faster. Okay, so we get that. We do have the taunt on our Shield Maiden. I seriously don't know if this is the real OJ. I wish I knew if this was the real OJ. Just see that right here. The ghost is doing absolutely nothing. Thanks to the taunt, the ghost isn't damaging the healing ranger at all, which is so good. If you don't have the apprentice monk, I don't really know any good counters besides maybe Prince, which pushes the royal ghost to the back. Not the best counter you can. I think, does monk still have the silence ability? I'm not 100% sure, but if you guys have any ideas for other possible counters to Royal Ghost right now, please tell me in the comments, and I will give you guys credit for the idea. So yeah, I went with the extra energy so that I can just spam the Shield Maiden taunt ability, which allows me to try and keep everything else alive, and I do win over here. The Royal Ghost is going to stay alive the longest. Yep. Just see there, and thanks to the shield, the Royal Ghost does damage to itself and it cannot heal efficiently. So this is just a perfect counter for the current meta. And if you guys have any substitutions you could make, any advice you could give, just tell me down in the comments, because I'm not that good with building decks, but I'm just trying to find a counter to the current meta.